Good evening. Today is still Saturday, not January. Give me y'all, sleepy. February 3rd, 2024. And I am back with another email topic. And I wanted to do this one before I go wherever it is I'm going tonight. Probably go home. It's raining real bad, but anyway, I wanted to get this one because it struck a nerve with me because I can relate to it. It's something that I had to deal with. And if you have something that you may be going through and need help with, and you want to hear my take on it, you can hit me at bigward@myyahoo.com. Bigward@myyahoo.com. And if you're feeling generous, want to help the channel grow, or whatever you may want to send it for, Cash App, $ Bigward251. I don't care if it's $1, $2, whatever you feel like, whatever. If not, that's fine too. I go to work every day. Thank you. It says I'm a 31-year-old black male, never had a father in my life, and for some reason, I can't get over it. That's something to get over. He was in jail for a while, and when he got out, he didn't want anything to do with me. Even when we met, he treated me like I wasn't his son. It's been years since I heard from him, and I don't want to hold on to this anger inside of me. I want to forgive him, but I just can't. What do you recommend? Because I feel lost in this world without my father being there. First of all, as a black male, join the crowd. That's normal for some reason in the black community for us to not have our father. That's normal. So you got a lot of people to draw inspiration from, experience from, that have been through the same thing. No father in the black community. So that's not nothing, you're not rare. So don't beat yourself up thinking that there's just something happened to you and everybody else around here at the park with their dad. Not us. So, I'm going to tell you my backstory, if you haven't already heard it. I come from the same situation, except my father didn't go to prison. As a matter of fact, my mother and father dipped on me. I was raised and then adopted by a longtime family friend, a friend of my mother and my grandmother, basically. So, my mother and father bounced to go do their own thing. One word about me, you know what I mean? The kids, whatever. My mom loves to party. You know, she's got to live her life, right? She got to live her best life. My dad, same shit. He was a straight loser. So, my dad had no excuse to not come see me, right? Because a lot of times dudes use the excuse that my baby mama be tripping. She won't let me see my son. Blah, 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 blah. That's what a lot of dudes use the excuse to not see the kid, right? They blame the baby mama. My dad didn't have that option because the family friend that raised me and eventually adopted me loved my dad. They were friends with him too. He was welcome anytime he wanted to come by there. I wasn't with my mom, so he didn't have to deal with my mom not wanting him to come see me because she wasn't there either. Ain't now one of them come see me. Both of them were living like one over here. My mom once upon a time lived on the next street over. And my dad would walk past my house or ride past my house, wouldn't stop and speak. I'd be out there in the yard playing hopscotch or something with my little neighbors or kickball or whatever. My dad he'd ride right on past me with some old lady in the car. And I remember a time, like 99, 98, somewhere up in there. I know around that time because it was juvenile time out, Cash Money taking over the 99s or whatever that year that was. It's in the song. Back that thing up, whatever. That's when that was popping. And I was in this project in Mobile, Alabama. I was living there with my girlfriend at the time, living in the project, selling weed and stuff, stuff project people do. I was one of them. And I was out there in a little spot in Roger Williams Projects called a Horseshoe, selling weed at the time. And I saw my dad roll through the spot. So I was like, damn, look at my pop. So I ran up to the car, trying to speak to him, looking just like him. This joker said, no, it's all right, I'm good, I already got some. I'm straight. My dad didn't recognize who I was. He thought I was coming to sell him some weed. When I was just coming to say, hey, Pop, I ain't seen you in about 15 years, how you doing? Just the son. That joker shooed me off, like, don't come up to my car, I already got some weed. He thought I was one of the little homies coming to try to, sell him a bag. So I know how you feel. But let me explain something to you. At some point in time, through help, because I got help, through a mentor by the name of John, and some other people I got close to in my life that had my best interests at heart and that were good people that cared about me. God eventually sent some people in my life that actually cared about me when I ain't have nothing. I ain't have nothing to give them. That's another reason why some things didn't happen in my life where I know there's a God. Ain't got nothing to do with religion, the Bible, Jesus, or nothing like that. I know there's a God. Whatever I may believe in, if I don't believe what you believe, I don't believe in Jesus, if I don't believe in Buddha, if I don't believe in none of that stuff, I know there's a God. Because there were some people placed in my life that didn't have to be there and that I didn't do nothing to deserve for them to be there. That truly helped me. And the knowledge that I'm dropping on y'all through these videos is knowledge that was dropped on me from these people that I encountered in my life. These angels. Real angels. I ain't talking about the wing angels flying around. I'm talking about real angels. People that make a difference in your life for the better of your life. Angels. People that you ain't do nothing for, that you thought, the main people that you thought wouldn't help you. You'd be like, why did you do that for me? Angels. Those angels help me. So I'm going to drop on you what was dropped on me. I have to pay it forward. So, you say you want to forgive him, but you just can't. Bullshit. You don't want to forgive him. You want to hold on to it. You want to have an excuse to fail. If shit go wrong, you got something to fall back on. If you out here bullshitting, smoking weed, bullshitting, fucking around, fucking off, making bad decisions, dropping babies all over the place, not taking care of them, walking away from your responsibility, you got somebody to blame instead of yourself. You can always fall back on, my dad wasn't there. She can't run that shit on me because that's me too. I use that same shit too. When I'm failing drug tests for good jobs, because I don't want to get a weed up, my dad wasn't there. When I'm going from relationship to relationship to relationship, from woman to woman to woman, not being faithful, not hanging around long enough to get to know nobody, my dad wasn't there. Get it? So, if you want to forgive him, you can. Because we can do anything we want to do. How many times you forgave your girlfriend or some woman you were dealing with that crossed you or did you wrong, and then after a while you got over, you forgave her? I know I have. I didn't forgive my dad for a long time. Didn't forgive my mom for a long time. But I done been with plenty of women that's did me dirty, talked to me crazy, hurt my feelings or whatever, and I forgave them. But for to sit around here and say you can't forgive your dad is not true. You choose not to. Because for some reason, that's one of the reasons you don't want to forgive him, because it gives you a crutch. It gives you an excuse to fuck up. That's one of the reasons, not the only reason. And it might not be your reason, but that's one reason people don't forgive their parents or whatever. It gives them a subconscious, they don't be thinking about it, but that's what they got something to fall back on and blame. If it ain't the white man they blaming, they can blame my dad wasn't there. My mom wasn't there. 30 years ago. Here it is, 30 some years later, you still blaming them for your issues. So that's one reason you don't want to let go. Another reason you don't want, like I said, listen to what I'm saying. I ain't saying you can't forgive. Another reason you don't want to forgive him. All about want. You don't want to forgive him. Another reason is words are very powerful. That's why I'm stressing these words. That's why I say what I say over and over again. People are like, man, you keep on saying the same stuff over again. Because words are powerful, and I want to make sure you get these words. You don't want to forgive him because you feel that you having anger towards him, hating him, being pissed off at him, gonna hurt him. You want to hurt people, so you hurt. So you want him to hurt like you hurt, but you going about it the wrong way. You think by you being mad and holding on to anger and resentment over the years is something that's gonna hurt him. You just in a mad looking at him, oh, I bet he hurt now. Because I'm mad. I ain't gonna forgive him. I know he hurt now. I know my dad hurt now. Well, he at 100 miles away from here. I ain't seen or heard from him in 10 years, but I'm mad at him. And I'm pissed off and I can't forgive him. So I know he's somewhere sick and worried and stressed out because his son hate him. My dad's somewhere about to die because I ain't forgave him. That's what you thinking. That you just got some kind of, your hatred got some kind of power, and you hurting your dad for hurting you because you hate him. You think you hating him is hurting him. When all actuality, it ain't hurting nobody but you. Once you realize what your hate for your dad and your anger for your dad is doing, you'll let it go. Because I'm going to tell you, what you doing, hate eats away at you like poison. Unforgiveness, anger, is poison, toxic. It kills you, literally. Science, doctors will tell you stress, hate, anger will kill you. It's deadly, dangerous to harbor resentments, anger, stress, pissed off, mad all the time. People have brain aneurysms from getting too mad. Over and over again, they have blood vessels pop in their head and they die. They call them aneurysms. From holding on to anger and resentment towards another person. Thinking you hurting them when all actuality you hurting yourself. What you are doing by holding on to anger for your father and not letting it go, what you're really doing is like you drinking poison. You go get a big old can of arsenic or whatever the most dead, what's the old cyanide. You go get some cyanide. That shit kill you like that. You go get a gallon of it. Because it don't take me that much cyanide to kill you, but you get a whole gallon. And you drink it, but you're hoping your dad die. That's what it's like when you hold on to anger and resentment to another person. You thinking that your anger and you holding on to it is something it's gonna hurt them. When all actually they living their life ain't thinking about you. Only person being hurt by you holding on to that anger, not forgiving your dad, the only person you hurting is you. You finna drink that cyanide, that poison, that hate / cyanide, that anger / cyanide, poison. You drink it, and then you sit the cup down, and then you look at your dad, waiting on him to drop dead. After you just drunk the poison. 5 minutes later, your ass dead. Your dad still living. You was wrong. So therefore, let me explain it. It can't get no simpler than that. You holding resentments against, not just your dad, against anybody. It's like you drinking poison, waiting on them to die. Because you drunk the poison. Buddy, you drink the poison, you gonna die. Not them. Them folks ain't studying you. Your dad ain't thinking about you. He done showed you that over and over again. You sitting right here holding on to resentment and doing nothing but hurting you. That's why you gotta let it go. That's why you gotta forgive him. You ain't forgiving him, doing him a favor. He don't care if you forgive him or not. He ain't studying you. I realized that about my dad ain't studying me. That man ain't thinking about me. Why am I sitting around here still mad, pissed off, like, I can't that nigga, fuck that nigga. Talking about my dad. That man ain't studying me at all. I'm in my 50s. What the hell I look like still running around here talking about my dad? I feel lost without my dad. I ain't never, how you lost without your dad? How you miss something you never had? You think you lost without your dad. You lost because you ain't doing what you supposed to do. Your dad ain't got shit to do with it. That man ain't never did nothing for you no way. You lost without your dad when he was there. Someone who had their dad. Their dad was there everything. And their dad took care of them. And their dad was always there guiding them, teaching them and molding them. And then that dad is gone. That's somebody who's lost without their dad. Somebody who ain't never had their dad. How the hell you lost without him when you ain't never had him? Another excuse to fuck up. I feel lost without my dad. When you ever had him? Can't miss what you ain't never had. That is a true saying. You lost without something you ain't never had. If he was there all your life and then died, now you lost without your dad. But someone was never there, makes that make sense. You cannot drink poison and wait on somebody else to die. Being mad at your dad, not forgiving him, holding on to that resentment, ain't hurting him. You're hurting yourself. If you forgive your dad, it ain't doing him no favor. His life ain't gonna get better because you forgave him. It ain't like he laying up somewhere in a hospital bed with cancer. You forgive him, and then all of a sudden he healed because you forgave him. You ain't doing him no favors. So if you thinking you forgiving him is gonna help him some kind of way, dead wrong. Same way you not forgiving him ain't hurting him. What your forgiveness gonna do is heal you. You say you want to heal. That's how you heal. Forgive him. Let it go. It's done, bro. It's done. Get over it. Your dad wasn't there. Mine wasn't either. Life goes on. Keep it moving. He wasn't there. Okay. Cry me a river. Get you a hug. Let me hug you. Virtual hug. Now move the fuck on. What's done is done. You can't go back and change that shit. It's over. It's done. He wasn't there. I get it. Forgive him for yourself so you can have peace of mind, not so he can have peace of mind. He don't know if you forgave him or not, and he don't give a damn. You gonna let that shit go for your own benefit. It's like you walking somewhere through the desert, and the resentment and the hate you got for your dad is like a 500-pound backpack you walk around with, trying to get somewhere. You trying to get out to the hot ass desert, but you got this big old ass 500-pound backpack on, blocks and bricks and shit, labeled hate for my dad. And you just barely can make it because you logging this heavy ass shit around, and all you gotta do is just throw that shit off you and get to moving. Let it go. Drop it. Drop it. Let it go. Just let it go. It's over. It's done. He gone. Never was there. And you still here. You 31 years old. You still here all these years without him being there. You still here. What you need him for? Nothing. It would have been nice to have him, but you didn't. It would have been nice for me to have my dad and mom, but I didn't. I'm still here. So obviously, I'm all right without him. Okay? Stop drinking the poison, waiting on your dad to die. Forgiving your father, letting go of that anger and hurt is not helping him or hurting him. He gives zero fucks either way. You gonna let go of the anger and resentment and the hate you have for your dad so you can have peace of mind. You forgiving him, doing you a favor. Do yourself a favor and let it go. Drop it immediately. It's over. It's done. I feel for you. Been there myself. I don't give a fuck. Damn my dad. He'll be alright. But I'm gonna be alright too. Don't hate him. Don't love him. Don't even think about him. But long as I ain't hating him, everything else is good. I ain't gotta love him. But long as I don't hate him. You ain't gotta love your dad. You ain't gotta like him. But you can't hate him. You can't have no resentment or ill feeling towards him. Your best bet, just don't think about him at all. Move on with your life. Be a good father to your goddamn self and keep it moving. Don't be the same way towards your kid if you got any. Get it? Got it? Good. Bye. And say bye to your dad. Bye.